Boy, my view is serious dark.
This is another My View TV exclusive. Please remember to hit the notification bell, like, share, and subscribe.
I don't bring nobody forward in here to cheer for me. Everything what you see up my natural talent. Let me tell you something. You see, when you know what to please the audience with, it's simple, man.
Cause John was there. The country really need a strong leader, a leader who care for the country. Cause all the things are going on, Virgin. All the things are going on in our country, and I can't believe that 18 people dead in a 48 hours, you know. Can't believe, you know. John was there. It dread them. Yo, I tell you, sometimes I have to just agree with you. Cause it makes sense in carrying them money. But you just slap them way and done. All like caressing them and carry, just slap them way and done. Cause you know, it dread.
So, my name's Kenny. I'm gonna post this in the group. So let me know what you guys think about this, right? But one of the biggest thing that holds Jamaica down is accountability, right? And because the people at the top are not held accountable, the people at the bottom, they're not held accountable, right? So one of the ways to start correcting this thing, you know, is actually taking the top route, right? And a lot of people will say you cut the head off a snake, another one comes up. Yes, but that next head that comes up will not do the same thing the last one did. So you have to put, you know, laws in place that changes it. Like, literally, one of the main things that they can do to change a lot of things is you change your corruption laws, right? Like how, you know, in America they have the RICO laws, right? You change your corruption laws that if you're in a position of power, that means politician, police, or anything, if you get caught in corruption where somebody has died or something like this, if you get basically convicted unanimously in court, the death penalty is on the table. You see what I'm saying? And all your asset goes to the state. And people get actual real sentence, like in America where you see they give you 80 years, 90 years, letting you know that, brother, no parole. You see what I'm saying? Like, literally, you have done these vile things, you're out of the country, right? Because you have to start from the top. Like, if you're just, their plan is just to, oh, we're going to play with these people at the bottom, the people at the top will keep influencing them with money to do things. So you have to, once people start seeing what they have done to these rich people, mindset changes, right? And at the same time, come back around to the man who's actually doing the thing. Like, I'm saying, these charges that they're giving to people and letting people out and all this stuff, like you kill somebody and you're back out the road in 10 years. Like, I'm sorry, but you know, you're telling me that the rehabilitation system is that great in Jamaica to where you can let people out in 10 years after they kill somebody with an illegal gun? Like, where, you know, they pre-planned it? Like, literally, these cases that I see go up, you know, and people get convicted and they're giving them 25 to life. And I'm like, if he's 20 years old and you give him 25, he's coming back at 40 to do the same shit. You know what I mean? And it's just a point of there's no accountability at the bottom, and the people at the top, like, they have no fear at all because they can just cover the shit up with corruption.
Sorry about that. Yeah, me that say my bro, yeah man, I don't know that. Cause watch you know, from Bustamante days when they get one bag of money from the UK, if they build up the infrastructure, Jamaica, and build some schools. The old people then from then time they say no school never built. All the money where Bustamante get from England in a theme packet to go. Yeah man, so you see from the start of our local nation, I just be a corruption. Yeah, man.
One of the Jamaicans, I agree with you, Kenny, but to hold people accountable, you must understand what you're holding them accountable for. And one of the problems with Jamaica is our literacy rate. Believe it or not, we have one of the lowest literacy rates. Meaning people don't even understand what corruption is, and people don't understand what leadership is. People actually think leaders are the boss. They don't even understand that the politicians are the servants. So that's one of our biggest things. With each department, each people must be knowledgeable or understand what corruption is and how it affects the economy. When we start seeing people crying out, that's why you don't hear people crying out at corruption, because they don't understand it, and they don't understand that it is also crime, and it's also white collar crime. And that's why the emphasis is placed on enough of the shot at them, even though the killing is really ridiculous. Emphasis is placed on that because people don't understand that when corruption in high places happen, it affects the very bread price that we have. So in Jamaica, we have a lot of tax evasions. A lot of companies put them taxes in St. Lucia, in tax havens. A lot of people don't even know that. There's so much going on with corruption. You just have to watch the Public Accounts Committee and you realize how much is going on with corruption. But the people, them need understanding. Literacy rate need to go up, and we need knowledge. We need to educate the people on what leadership is and what to expect from them leaders. Yeah, but you remember, say, politicians is a reflection of the society that you live in, you know. So if you have a corrupted society and you draw politicians from that, then obviously you're not going to expect a Christian, you're not going to expect a sheep from a pig's pen. You understand what I say? So when you extract the politician, it's supposed to be leadership development, really, and a vetting process where you make sure that the person you hire is vetted properly, every aspect of life, no same integrity, intact. That don't happen in Jamaica. It don't happen in Jamaica. And I cannot understand why it not happen. Why politicians actually vetted him whole life, vetted and make sure say him clean and squeaky. But because everybody corrupted, it just acceptable. Hence you have the people being not there's no accountability, as Kenny said.
So like, look at this, right? So you have the two females that I saw in the video the other day, right? And they're both police officers. They both got weapons and all this stuff, right? And you're basically a police force, and this stuff happens, and you already don't have a rap, one. And two, they're not supposed to be doing that in uniform. And you were telling me that they're basically not going to disclose what happened with that to the public, to basically say, you know, hey, we did this or we did that. You know what I mean? So like, basically right now, they're opening the floodgates. So if they don't release this to everybody saying, yo, this is what we did to them for that, like, you might as well have the cops in the, you know what I mean, in the mall dancing with their assault rifles now, because basically this is the whole standard. Because if they can show their face, you know, if people want to hide and do stuff, you can't stop them, right? But if they're brazen enough to show their face and do these things, that just shows, like, even in the police force, like, I'm telling you, like, if they work for me, they'll already be written up yesterday and going to see the captain today, and they're restricted to base. They can't go home and see their family. But again, they're not in the military, they're police. But I'm just telling you, like, they would be sent home, no pay, no nothing, waiting on their review board to get canned. Like, you have to hold the standard. But I understand that, yeah, people are not lifting their hands up to show their police, but if you don't start holding the standard, nobody's gonna take you serious, right? Because if they start taking each other serious, everybody fall in line, right? You have a thing called fall in line. Everybody fall in line. But if everything's just a joke, the way I'm seeing it, it's just gonna stay the same. And it's just kind of, you know, it's just kind of sad, because on one hand you have this cop that's trying to fight to get up the ladder, and on the other hand you have people pulling down on the next side, and they're not even getting help.
I totally agree with you. Kenny. But one of the problems with the JCF, and I think with the current commissioner, is when he took office, because you know when you just come and you take up a position, you make yourself be known. If you wait little too late, you become, trust me, you become sort of what the word. When he came, him should have get rid of corrupt police immediately. And make a mark so people know say that man are coming serious. Your first impression last. When he came in as a military man, he was very silent, and as a military man myself, I'm very surprised that after Anderson came in, he was very, very silent. It took him some time for get him foot moving. He wasn't an action man, just come in and go bam, bam, bam. He knows the corruption in the force, and him never met the public. Jamaican public want to see. They want to see action. They want to say, yeah, he's an impact man, but he wasn't an impact man. So this is, he never set a standard when him come, and this is I think this is a product of what we see because of top leadership. That's my view that.
Yeah, soldier, me see what y'all say. But at the end of the day, right? Because I'm all for the business, right? At the end of the day, you're still the man in the chair, right? So you're still the man who's leading. So it doesn't matter if it's 2 years after, 5 years after, he can put his hand to the paper. You see what I'm saying? So excuses is not what the people need. The people need results. So I understand that side that, he's privative and all that, but that's not what the force needs right now. The force needs somebody who literally will tell you that, hey, pack your things up. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you're not willing to tell somebody that the government has invested money in training and all this stuff to pack your things up, then nobody's scared. Like, the military paid hundreds of $1,000s to train me, and I can tell you if tomorrow I pop for drugs, I'm done. Like, it's zero tolerance. It doesn't matter unless they can prove somebody held me down and force it to me. I'm done. Like, I can go to court and fight it, but I'm just fighting to get benefits when I get out, but I'm done. So until you have that much strictness against corruption and all these things, these people are going to run rampant around you. And if you see people running around you, you know what I mean? Like my guys, they know what it is. Like, literally, if things aren't getting done, you're going to come see me. You see what I'm saying? And you're going to have to explain why it's not getting done. And you're also going to have to explain how you're going to get it done. You see what I'm saying? So there's just a set of, as I said, people at the top. And then when you let these people slide, meaning whoever his supervisor is, because everybody works for somebody, right? And if you're not getting a job, you got to get up out of there. Because, like, the same guy that runs the prison system, like, he should have been gone, like, from the second time I seen they have dumpling party, whatever, in the prison. He should have been gone. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's willing to tell somebody that, no, you need to go. Like, we'll get somebody else in here and we'll deal with the growing pains for a couple months until they get running, but you got to go. Like, we're not holding this. So until somebody's willing to raise the bar, these people are just sliding, and that's why I said I'll never get certain level of power, because even in the military right now, I have a lot of beef with a lot of people because I'm like, I'm not down for that shit. So they can't get my vote on certain things because they already know, like, he's not going to be down for that because I'm not down for certain things. So they have to rewrite that shit to where I'll vote on it. But if not, it's not going. And, like, you have to have people who are like that, who's not going to be willing to just bare minimum shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing there is just, it's just a lot of, good for government work. That means you just do the bare minimum. It's just a lot of that shit that's going on there.
Well, soldier, you hit the nail on the head. And I think, as I said, we are products of our environment. So I think a lot of what you think will come from the military as well, and the sort of order and sort of sense of accountability that we experience as soldiers. It's a national security will really look like a puppet. The just him demeanor, just him posture, just him chin up, and the man no understand nothing about security. Jamaica just corrupt all. I mean, bro, you have enough ex-JDF officers, colonels, who could have run the security with good men, who can actually run the Ministry of National Security with up, but them not got. You see what happened? Lots of these ex-JDF officers not going to take our colonels, our major generals, not going to stand for corruption. The party hire who them want in certain position because them can manipulate as they go along, and the people, soldier, is who is not holding the government accountable. Jamaicans are very individualistic. You see, from my plate full, I'm in a business with the next man plate. From my belly full, it's just a mentality that we have. We're very individualistic. Very, very individualistic. You have hit the nail on the head, and I totally agree with you. Yeah, man, bless up. Kenny, what do you think of Jamaica putting in a system where every young man at 16 years old going to the military? I think that it would benefit the country a lot, and I think it would carry some discipline. Make being a cadet be part of the schooling system compulsory, and then everyone at 16 have to serve 5 years, just like Cuba, into the military. I think that is a solution. I think you would see a different Jamaica within the next 5 years. Me personally would have volunteered for carry my experience, especially when it comes to training. Because enough of these boys are grow up and have no father. Some man need some excessive press up and some extreme training. I would have loved it for put some people through that. Some of these girl metrosexual boys with the tight jeans and pink bleach out face. But I just love the opportunity there. Listen, my idea, I always think about it. If one day I should turn national security minister, I have on my denim pants and I in the communities them. Me believe in a hardcore patrolling. Me believe that as a leader, whether they are major general on this level, that I have to out there in the mids, make the people them see me in the street. When I in Afghanistan, I like nothing more than being in the street. Nothing more like being in the street and in the middle of it. No matter my rank, I want dead with my men. I want experience everything that I go through. And yes, you still have your job in your office to do, but I think when people see up on in the street and your denim, hardcore, a patrol with the hardest of them, with probably C-tag from JDF or special unit, black helmet. You understand? Our C-tag, elements of C-tag, JDF. You're out there upon the street. Let's general understand in office. Don't go to this touch thing. Don't go then we think we should. Whoa. Brother, you forget dirty and go out there. Make everybody see and respect you. And so me think leadership should go. They in the trenches. That are my belief.
Barefoot Soldier and all the people taking participating in this convo. Morning to you all, God bless you. Listen, in any society, in a good society, the family is what would make a great society. In order to turn back Jamaica from the pit that it is already in, not anything to already in, we need mothers and fathers in the home. This attitude of man fi have only a girl and fuck woman and breed up like we still up on the plantation need to stop, brother. A child born into this world is molded by the environment that they are in. Children are like sponge. They absorb. Too many single parents. Too many broken homes. Too many men not standing up to their responsibility, not knowing how to be fathers. No matter what kind of program you implement, my brother, if the society is a cesspool, what do you think is going to happen? The police, the judges, the lawyers, or teachers come from the same environment. Our soldiers, our security personnel, our firefighters. What do you think is going to happen, my brother and gentle people? I live this and I'm in this, so I know. It's not like single parent children won't come out good, but it's the one and the few. So we need to start there. We need to have homes with mothers and fathers in them, loving and nurturing children. Women are nurturing beings. They are emotional creatures. Men are logical. What we have, poor single mothers, I'm not blaming them. Right? They grow their sons to be emotional, so we have young men who don't know to think logically and work out problems. They run to them emotion and go for a knife or a gun or a stone and kill each other. So, my gentle people, we need to fix the family. You can go through history and read and you'll see that. Bless up. Enough love and respect.
So, all right, I'm driving, so sorry if you hear the vehicle in the background because I'm heading out of work. So, here's the take on that. There's two sides to the take, right? So, if we want to go down that road,